Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robin, this is Digital Wild, and it is October, so it's time for us to get a little bit spooky. And as you may know, if you know me personally, one of my favourite horror writers and creators was H.P. Lovecraft. Problematic opinions though he did undoubtedly have, he spawned an entire universe of cosmic horror, which I think is just a really fascinating thing to explore. Now, this is Call of Cthulhu: Dark Corners of the Earth, which came out in 2006, and it's showing its age a bit, but it is apparently one of the better efforts at turning H.P. Lovecraft's mythos into reality. It's been attempted a few times, and never really done particularly well, so let's see if this can improve matters somewhat. It is a first-person shooter, but it's from 2006, so you will expect it to be a bit ropey, but without further ado, let's get started and see what it's like. Okay, so it's 1922 in Arkham, Massachusetts, and I imagine that, Arkham Asylum is,
my end, I can fully see.
I presume not the Batman villain hideout it would later become.
A real fear. A fear of myself, of what I am, and of what I've always been. All that I was is now lost. Hope, purpose, pleasure, all meaningless. I now walk in the shadows between worlds. And it is there I have finally glimpsed upon what lives in the dark corners of the earth.
Okay, so some very ropey voice acting here. Everything is grimy and brown, as we would come to expect from games later in the decade. And this guy's clearly gone mad, driven mad by the cosmic horrors that have invaded his brain. Okay, we're about to watch a guy hang himself. I know asylums in the 1920s were not exactly great, but I don't think they just let them roll around on the floor. They did at least keep them in the cells. And with the strains of Tin Pan Alley, oh dear, we have a situation on our hands. This is really quite unpleasant to watch. Okay, so he's got some mad ravings written in his book, probably in blood. Yeah, okay. So it's like, I think the ravings of the mad Arab were a recurring thing in the mythos. That was obviously partly driven by Lovecraft's racism. Okay, so this would be 1915 we'd be going back to now, I guess, if it's 6.5 years ago. So I'm guessing we're going to be some kind of secret agent, a Pinkerton, some kind of FBI forerunner, something like that. Yep, 6th of September 1915. So the First World War is ongoing, but America is not yet part of it.
Robert, this had better be good. What's the beef?
Sorry, Jack. We had to call. This fellow will only talk to you. Name's Victor Holt.
Don't know any Victor.
He's the leader of this weird cult that moved in here a few months back. Got about 20 followers. They've been causing trouble all over town. Stealing, going through folks' trash. Hanging around outside people's homes at all hours. No one ever presses charges, though. They're a screwy bunch. They've got the locals scared. So tonight, we were just passing, doing the normal rounds, when we heard gunshots fired from their property.
Gunshots? Hang on there. No one said anything about gunshots. Who have we got out here?
Just me, Nichols, and a few new recruits.
Well, that's just great. Lead the way, Robert. I better check out this crazy gang of yours.
Oh wow, we went full GoldenEye there, sort of zooming into the back of the protagonist's head. Okay, so what we got here? We got old-timey car. Guess we are a cop or some kind of detective. Movement speed is really odd. You sort of go onto walk mode by pushing shift.
Something must be wrong. I think I saw him with Officer Armstrong. Just take it easy.
Okay, and obviously there's an evil cult.
Glad you could join the freak show.
How's it looking, Henry?
I don't like this one bit, Jack. Check the alley on the right. Victor Holt's over there in the shadows. He's waiting for you.
Can we?
Yeah, I see him.
Nope, but we've got you covered. You better take it slowly, though. They're a bit twitchy.
God, okay, what the hell? So someone's opened fire. Okay, and I can't move at any kind of speed. Do I get a gun? That guy's faded out of existence. Okay, down the alley to the right. Dodge the gun battle. I do not want to get involved with this because I don't seem to have a gun on my own. And if I head in here, I presume... What, am I going to get some kind of weapon? Am I going to get ambushed? We've got the cult's sort of mad ravings here. Something about the reverse vampires. And some kind of... yeah. As I continue to translate the Phacatic fragments, I become more and more eager to contact my Yithian masters. These beings truly are gods to us. Their intellect and knowledge surpasses ours in ways impossible to comprehend. I know now just how insignificant mankind is in the universe, a doomed and simple species thrown up as a side effort of an experiment by the Elder Things. It is a blessing that such flawed creatures as ourselves have such a short and limited future. Yeah, that's pretty much the Lovecraft way. Humans are insignificant and meaningless. We're just starting to explore space, and it's scary that there's other things out there, so that's... yeah, pretty much part of the course. Hello, ratties. Okay, so it's proper old-school FPS. We've got lean controls on Q and E. But E is also used, so it's a little bit weird.
That symbol's strange. Looks almost like a flaming eye. I should take a closer look.
This painting's a little bit ominous as well. Okay, so we save using the eye symbol. Got it. Fortunately, haven't run into any of the guys that are shooting at the cops yet. If I go upstairs, I presumably will. Oh. Okay, here's one of them. And who's this guy? Do you have a gun on him?
He seemed to recognize me. I don't get it.
Can I grab this ammo? No, it doesn't look like it.
Empty ammo boxes and spent shell. An old wardrobe.
Okay, anything through here? This guy's still armed. Can we take him down from behind? In a modern game, this would be a way to get introduced to the stealth mechanics that never get used.
Don't shoot. I'm unarmed.
Ah, we've been expecting you, Mr. Wild.
Cheers, cops. I'll have that gun, thank you.
He recognized me, and it sounded a key. Could come in handy.
No chance of grabbing that there gun? Oh! Okay, what do we got
He's
here?
dead. Damn. He recognized me, and it sounded like he was going to get on the level with what's going on in this joint. He's dead. Looks like a bad case of lead poisoning.
Cops, that's me you're shooting at. I just had to go and have a look at the controls for this, because it's so old. The default controls are set to WXAD for forward, back, left, and right, and S was the action command, which is just baffling. So I have reset that to the more traditional WASD and E for action setup. Okay, so what we've got here. Is this guy dead or just sleeping?
Poisoning by the looks of it.
Yeah. Not to be taken. Okay, well, you know, you might want to not put it in a bottle if no one's supposed to take it.
Poison appears to have been on the menu.
Delicious. Gone full Jonestown then.
He's
Why
dead.
has my vision gone wibbly?
They're all dead.
Nothing of interest.
Okay, I really am wibbling out here. I don't know if this is a deliberate effect.
Suicide. Or rather, mass suicide. These nuts had some serious issues.
You don't say. Okay, so we've got ourselves some keys now. Let's see if we can crack open any more of these doors. Figure out what's going on in this place. So it won't budge, but can I use the key on it?
The lock on the store is broken.
Okay.
It won't open.
Does that mean something different?
The lock on the store is broken.
Okay. I'm guessing downstairs I can re-pop some keys in those doors. This one seems to be locked.
It's locked.
There we go.
It's the wrong key.
Brilliant.
It's unlocked.
Okay. So the keys get used automatically if, yeah. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got some photos?
I don't understand. I mean, all of these photos. All of them. There must be some kind of mistake. Why would they want me here? It must be an old case. Something I've forgotten. Some screwball with a grudge, maybe. Think. I've gotta think.
How bizarre. So going back to the Wibbly vision. Ooh, we've got some kind of photo boards here. Yeah. Police or Jack Walters. So that's me. Okay.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, and they've tracked
Seems
my
like they're
movements.
Tracking my movements.
More photos up here. Although some of these are very clearly the same photo that they've just duplicated for the sake of filling out the game world. Okay, anything on the typewriter?
Another key. This should fit the door across the hall.
Okay.
Locked.
Right, what we got in here?
For nutcases, they seem quite literate. It appears to be a private study area.
Well, what's this paper, though? Because this looks like a puzzle item. It's the Panotica. Panacotica. Okay. Translation from classical Greek of a far older work from before the time of the first humans. The pages are stained, faded, and even burned in some places, making reading difficult. The legible sections tell the history of unthinkably distant antiquity. They speak of races so strange as to be beyond human comprehension, and wars fought across vast gulfs of time and space. These are concepts so utterly alien that they sound like absolute madness. Time travel, flying polyps, mental projection, great race of Yith. It makes you dizzy just to read it. Well, the great race of Yith lurks on the internet these days.
Holds an ancient manuscript.
Okay, so learned a good lesson about this game, which is save early, save often, because it just crashed on me twice, and I had to go and mod it. But
the drawer holds an ancient manuscript. The symbols on the front seem to be written in classical Greek.
Also, curiously, the bug fix I used has massively upped my mouse sensitivity, so I'm just going to alter that. Okay, that's much better. So, what's going on over here?
Strange sounds coming from this side of the room.
Okay, this is where I crashed last time, so... Oh, have we fallen into a pit? Yes, apparently we have. There's a secret trapdoor here. I imagine good things are happening down here.
That did not sound good.
I've walked in on someone's underground sex dungeon. Uh-oh. Oh, and of course the stairs have collapsed. Now,
Well, that's just swell.
I reckon I could probably climb up that, to be honest. It's not that bad. But, nope, seems we're trapped down here now, so I imagine spooky, scary things are going to be down here too. Oh. Oh, this is a Bethesda game, so there may well be random physics damage on everything. Oh dear. Bodies on trolleys, anatomical diagrams, angular sinks.
This sink would be used for scrubbing up.
You'd have thought, yes.
Dead bodies, and plenty of them.
Well, this is
dreadful has been going on down here.
2006, so somebody has let the bodies hit the floor.
From the markings, he must have been one of their own. I wonder if he volunteered.
Oh dear. Okay. This looks normal and good, and not like where you would use a summoning ritual for an ancient beast. Thought so. Can I go in these side rooms?
This tunnel feels like it's gonna collapse at any moment.
I presume I don't really want to go near the evil thing, but I suppose I could.
Oh, shit.
Okay. I don't feel like that was a good decision. Is he dead, or is he now reanimated as some kind of pursuit horror? Hello?
At least he's out of his misery.
Yeah, I mean, out of his misery because we killed him, dead.
Crystal's still warm.
Free crystal, okay. Take that down the market, sell it for a few $100,000, never work again. Don't have to go back to spooky, scary murder houses. Ooh, more crystals.
Ah! It's too hot to pick up.
Okay, so they have to be used before you can get the crystals. Got
It's
it.
too hot to touch.
Fair enough.
I think it's being used as a power source for the machine.
You think. Anyway, this is even more of an evil summoning device kind of place. This game is incredibly dark.
It looks like something's been removed from it.
Okay, so this is where we pop the crystal, I imagine. There we go. Crystal 1. I presume there's a space for a second. Yep, that's over there. How do I get this one then if it's too hot?
It's too hot to touch. I think it's being used as a power source for the machine.
Yes. I am unsure how I'm supposed to... Oh, I have to push the button. I see. Are we about to bring back Cthulhu? Are we about to get Boston smashed to bits by a giant octopus? Okay. This seems like something you wouldn't necessarily want to bring into the world. Ah, so now we're 5.5 years down the line. We're back in 1922 when the Arkham horror
It's been
stuff
more
is
than
going on.
6 years since I entered that strange house in Boston. But to me, it was just 5 months ago. Amnesia, the doctors called it. Probably brought on by acute mental stress. I remember investigating the far side of the library. There was screaming.
Yes, we were there. I don't know why you're recapping this.
According to the police report, they had searched the house for hours, only to find me later collapsed on the floor. When my eyes opened and I spoke, my colleagues recoiled in fear. There was something unnatural in my voice and blank gaze. They committed me to Arkham Asylum, where I was diagnosed with severe schizophrenia. As it became clear that I presented no danger to either myself or others, I was released from the asylum's care. I have learned little of my activities in the 6 years that followed. The accounts I've been able to piece together show much of my time was spent in travel and study.
The copy of the
I
Necronomicon in the back
maintained
there.
a fanatical infatuation with the occult, delving deep into volumes concerning witch cults and dark legends, often in languages unfamiliar to my own. When I reawakened 5 months ago, exactly 6 years after entering that house in Boston, no trace was left of what had been a secondary personality. I was myself again, or at least what I believed myself to be. Return to normal life has been a painful process. In recent days, my dreams have been plagued by cosmic landscapes, and I've become fearful of my own reflection. I'm beginning to remember things from that day, more than 6 years past, that I've told no one else.
Answer the phone then.
Jack Walters.
Hello.
Got one of them fancy wireless
My name's
phones in
Arthur
1922.
I need your help finding a missing person.
I don't take that kind of job.
Did you get my package?
Hold on. What exactly do you want from me, Mr. Anderson?
It's one of my store managers, you see. Brian's his name. Ryan Burnham. Nice lad. He disappeared recently from the First National grocery store in Innsmouth.
Innsmouth? Never heard of it.
Something fishy about Innsmouth.
Town on the coast, not far from Arkham. I'd like to see you in person before you leave.
Hold on there a minute. I didn't agree to take this what the hell? I'll be here.
I'm a video game protagonist, I have to take it. I have a new client, Mr. Arthur Anderson, the regional manager of the First National grocery store chain. It appears that the First National grocery in Innsmouth was recently burglarized and its manager, one Brian Burnham, is missing. From what I have been able to gather, Burnham is something of a young rogue. A friend of the family, Mr. Anderson gave him the job as a favour. Burnham is looking like the prime suspect for the robbery, but there are a few things that don't add up, not to Anderson and not to me. For instance, why would Burnham force an entry into the store when he had a full set of keys, free access to the cash register, and the combination to the back office safe, to misdirect any investigation? If that was his plan, why did he disappear? Following on my conversation with Mr. Anderson, I found out what I could about the ancient town of Innsmouth. For generations, the crumbling seaport and its people have been shunned by neighbouring communities. Outsiders are unwelcome there, and there are superstitious tales of strange element in the town's oldest families. They are of mixed blood, so the stories go, whatever that's supposed to mean. The usual Hicktown prejudice, no doubt. After making a brief visit to Innsmouth, my client came away distrustful of the local authorities. He isn't buying their line that Burnham robbed the place and wants to know what happened to him. Only one bus goes to Innsmouth, and tomorrow afternoon I'll be on it. It feels good to have a purpose after 5 months trying to break through my amnesia. I also feel a little apprehensive. Maybe it's the wild stories about the town, or maybe it's just because I haven't had a case in so long. Okay, so we're off to Fishburg, and we're going to find out what's going on with the locals.
Driver, how far to the stop?
Almost there. I'll drop you at the town square of Innsmouth.
Why lock the gates?
Keeps out wanderers looking for work. We don't want those folks like that interfering with our affairs.
Is the bus from Arkham always this empty?
Aye, and we prefers it that way. Not many come to Innsmouth.
But what about trade? Surely the port needs business.
Innsmouth has the means to look after them alone.
I sort of wonder if you go into these spooky, scary places, why you'd always go at night. Seems like a bad idea to me. So these guys very much have the Innsmouth look about them, as it becomes known. Bart Simpson's been at that statue.
This is it, stranger. End of the line.
Righto. Here we are in the lovely seaside town of Innsmouth. Let's go get our hotel room. The problem with Innsmouth as a bit of mythos is that it's obviously based on H.P. Lovecraft's particular views about racial mixing, which is a bit unfortunate, especially if you have a look at how these guys are portrayed. I mean, it's not great. It is if you take it as at face value as a story about, you know, spooky fish people, okay, fine. But yeah, that's not quite the subtext he was going for. Ooh, this place doesn't look nice. Okay, right, save point here. Let's just drop one quickly because I know what this game's like. I had a little look in the controls, by the way, and the shift to slow down is actually the sneak mode. So there is an element of stealth to this game. Not that we've encountered much of it yet. So who's this guy?
Evening.
Aye.
The name's Jack Walters. I'm just visiting.
You don't say, sir. Gilman. Charlie Gilman. I run this here hotel of an evening.
You got any rooms?
I'd not rightly know that for sure. All habits cleaning rooms at present. Them's from out of town can leave a horrid mess.
Okay, seems like a good place to stay.
This fellow's gate won't open.
Let's pop upstairs and see if we can find somewhere to stay then, where I won't get murdered in the night. Okay, so no luck with this guy. Let's head back outside and see if we can find something else that's going on in the town. Very nice old-timey bus. Funnily enough, this guy said it was the end of the line, but it's not. Innsmouth is the second stop. Oh, it looks like from the sign it also stops in Dunwich. Ah, so here's the grocery store. Okay, this is where we need to explore and find out about the burglary. Oh. Oh, okay, so we're in sneaky mode now. Oh, why is he angry at me?
Stop! You can't come down there.
Okay, is that bad? Am I getting put in jail? Or do I have to just...
The police
okay.
clearly don't want me snooping around. I need to be more careful.
How am I supposed to do that then? We do have the lean controls. So I guess just follow his patterns and try and stay out of sight. Does he go around that corner? Yes, he does. Okay. In which case we can probably duck down here. Okay, quick save point here. Okay, that doesn't bode well. How are we supposed to do this then? Is there something we can get out of the back of this van?
Nothing of interest.
No. Oh, I didn't... Oh, okay, so something's gone on down there.
The window's smashed. I can see what looks like an old dark room.
Yeah, that isn't great. Well, if it's a grocery store, they probably just develop photos there. What if I go in here?
It won't open.
No. Okay, and we're going to have to sneak past the cop again, because I don't like stealth. Objects that can be pushed will have less scratch marks on the floor. You won't be able to move the object if the door it passes next to is open. Okay, so what we can do is, I guess... Oh, no. Open the door. Close the door. And then, can we push the... yes, we can. We can do a Resident Evil 4 and push this heavy thing in front of the door so the cop can't come and find it. Okay, makes sense. The pushing controls are extremely slow, and it's a little bit... yeah, there we go. That'll do the job, I would have thought. So, got some...
assorted paperwork, but nothing of any real interest.
Okay, random boxes. I didn't know cardboard boxes were a thing in 1922. I guess they would have been, but maybe not in that fancier format. What's in there, then? Medical boxes. Okay, that's going to be handy to have. Cash register here. Can we swipe any dough?
Till's empty.
Yeah, as you'd expect if it's been robbed. This door's been smashed open.
Looks like the door was forced open, and there's scratch marks on the wood.
Interesting. Anything else we can discover in here? Just quickly pop open the medical kit. There we go.
It won't open.
Can't open the door to the outside. Has the window been smashed?
The glass has been broken, and there's scratch marks on the wood. Strange. These posters are everywhere.
Some kind of sausage grinder. Okay, and now we've inspected that twice. We can push through to the back room. So what's in the safe? Got some booze.
There's a bottle of bootleg rum and a wooden handle. An empty safe.
Somebody had a good Saturday night.
A typewriter. Invoices and receipts. Nothing of interest. The drawer is empty. The store appears to have been doing quite well under Brian.
Yeah, 1,000% sales increase. That's pretty good.
A Store of the Year poster. Huh. It seems Brian had a lot of pride in the store. Stock reminders and general notices. Nothing of interest.
So you've got to be pretty sure that he's not the guy who robbed this place, then. Some kind of timesheet, I guess?
Nothing of interest
No.
here.
Alright, if I head out here... oh, what was that? Oh, God. Is someone trying to break through this?
These shelves look light enough to push.
Somebody's trying to break in, which isn't great. Uh-oh.
It won't budge.
Oh, no.
What are they doing snooping around here? Get out! And what have you got there? Trying to take evidence from the scene? Hand them over.
I presume that was a supposed to lose fight, because I couldn't see any other way out. Okay, so back in the back of the store, we can nick this evidence
There's
again.
a bottle of bootleg rum and a wooden handle.
Now that we've got that, I guess the cop is going to try and break down the door again, and we need to somehow sneak around him and get out of here?
What are they doing snooping around here? Get out! Them things don't belong to you. I'll be taking them back.
Damn. I need to be more careful.
Okay, so I see what the problem is here, but it's not very easy to solve. So after being caught several times, I've discovered that there's apparently supposed to be a trapdoor somewhere around here. Yeah, here it is.
It looks like I need some sort of lifting handle to get it open.
Okay, so what I have to do, instead of getting caught by the cop, again, is I have to grab the
There's a
handle.
bottle of bootleg rum and a wooden handle.
And before we can break down the cabinet and get in here,
It probably leads...
use the handle on the trapdoor. And down I go. Hopefully before the cop can get in. Oh, good. And obviously, this guy can't climb down a ladder without it collapsing in some manner. Extremely surprised the cop hasn't caught me. He would have heard that. Oh yeah, here he is.
Down there, you can rot.
Oh dear. Okay, so now we're down in another spooky, scary dungeon. Well, I mean, it's only a stock room. Doesn't actually have any corpses or like weird summoning devices in it, so it's a step in the right direction. Got some lore there that I'll have a look at.
Diary. It's gotta have some clues.
Well, let's take a look at that then. Diary of Brian Burnham. Well, I agree with the locals on one thing. I shouldn't be stuck in this miserable excuse for a town. I can see why nobody comes here, that's for sure. Another slow day at the store. At first I thought people were staying away because First National isn't local, but I haven't seen anyone go into any of the other stores either. Come to that, I haven't seen the other stores open for business. This place is deader than dead. Still, it won't be long before I'm out of here, before we're both out of here. She's the one good thing about Innsmouth. We'll bust open Old Man Waite's safe, take a car, and then it's New York City. Bright lights, nightlife, everything. I'll show her all of it. When you live in Massachusetts, it's not that far to get to New York City. You can just take a train. So we've got the ladder here. I'm assuming this will come in handy because it's movable. Do we need to climb up to the top of anywhere in particular? Could I climb up it now?
Nothing of interest.
No, there's a ladder. It is of interest. Stairs here. Yeah. Oh, fake wall. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, fair play, game. That was actually pretty cool. So what's down here? Oh, bones. Bones, bones, bones.
Human remains.
That's not good. Not again. First job out of the loony house, and it's immediately the same thing. Okay, so we're now down in the dark room. I remember this. We've got photos here.
Photos of Innsmouth. Most of them have faded beyond recognition.
Well, at least they're not photos of me.
There are some issues of the Innsmouth Courier lying here, and they're dated 1846.
Fuse box, cracked walls, and seem to be back up into the store now. Aha! Got some ammo. So we got ammo, but do we have a gun? Because
nope,
being able to defend ourselves would be quite useful in this circumstance. Giant hairbrush. Oh. Yes. Okay. We can bolt the door or unbolt the door, and it'll act as like a bar to enemies. Got it. So we've got ammunition, but we don't have a gun for it. I don't know, we could throw the bullets at the enemies? What's through here? Oh, good lord.
Holy shit.
Yes, correct reaction. Another weird hairbrush. Inspect the corpse.
From the stench in here, this noose broad must have kicked it a few months back.
Dear God, okay, this isn't good.
Can't see anything of use.
Righto.
The door's bolted shut.
If I unbolt the door. And head out here. Okay, oh, we've been out here. Oh, who's this? Hello.
Hello, Jack.
You're not an Innsmouther.
Do I know you?
Lucas Mackey.
You look like H.P. Lovecraft.
Innsmouth doesn't get a lot of visitors. New names spread fast. What are you doing in town, Jack? Hear about the missing Burnham boy?
Not bad. I'm a private detective. My client's a friend of the Burnhams.
Seen the latest press from Arkham? Your boy's been quite busy.
What about you, Mackey? You're obviously not a local. What's your business in town?
True enough, Jack. Nothing too exciting, I'm sorry to say. I'm a government factory inspector. They posted me in this rotten hole to check over the old Marsh refinery. Speaking of which, I've got an appointment with the manager, Jacob Marsh.
Okay. Maybe I'll catch you later. That's the first friendly face I've seen in this damn town.
He's going to die in 5 minutes, I bet.
Enough to know he's hiding something.
Okay, he's either evil or he's going to die. Okay, so back in the square of Innsmouth, and yeah, we got some spooky vision going on. Is someone watching over us from the rooftops?
You better keep your trap shut.
I won't tell him anything.
I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Can't help you.
Okay, these guys are a little bit odd. What's this guy? He's been cowed by the sea.
You know
he
the
looks
Burnham
less
lad?
Innsmouthy.
He worked in the First National.
Please, stop bothering me, stranger.
You're rotating without moving your legs. Okay.
Outsiders coming, snooping around when they ain't wanted.
Do you know the Burnham lad? He worked
Just leave me be, stranger.
Okay, these folks aren't very friendly. What's over here? What's this cop guarding?
Excuse me, Constable. Jack Walters.
Robes. Alien robes. What you want?
Could you help out a stranger to this fine port?
Are you being funny?
No, not at all. I'm looking for a Brian Burnham. He works locally.
In the First National grocery store.
Innsmouth don't take too kindly to them from out of town. Get lost, stranger.
Okay, so it's basically like Cops now. What's down here?
It's locked. It must lead to the back of a variety store.
Okay, so what about the other stores?
It's a variety store, and it's closed.
It's a variety store. I was buying variety. Okay.
The sign says, Innsmouth Poorhouse, in memory of Lady Warrens.
Damn enough to put out a fella's smokes.
What about the town hall then? Can I head in there? Oh no, it's a church. It's the Church for the Esoteric Order of Dagon, which sounds good and friendly.
It won't open. I'm looking for Brian Burnham.
Stop your pestering with questions.
Is this guy okay? I'm sure he's fine. Well, you know what? We've managed to get the diary from Brian Burnham, so we have a little bit of a clue of what's going on, and I think we will leave this off here. I might have a little return to this in future. It's an interesting enough game, even if it's a little bit on the slow side, but it managed to capture the spooky atmosphere, even if it's a bit more overtly horror-y than I was kind of expecting. But, yeah, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching and listening. I've been Robin. This has been Digital Wilds. This has been Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. If you'd like to help me grow the channel, you can always subscribe, and I'm also on Patreon at patreon.com/digitalwilds. I will see you next time.